Hello and welcome. I'm Katherine and welcome to my channel, Angelic Messenger. And I'm wanting to share a message to assist and support us from the angels. And this is for this week, the for this week moving forward. And the message is on the 2nd of June. So I just asked for a message from the angels to assist and support us. And yes, there's a lot going on at the moment. So I thought weekly messages might be really great support for the community. So I've chosen 3 cards and working with the Ask an Angel Oracle deck, which is a really beautiful deck. So the first card is the Prosperity card and Angel Sachiel. And have a look at that card. So this card relates to, so it's a 3-card reading that I'm sharing, and the first card relates to, if you like, the what we're coming into the week with, like the root of the situation, and it's about prosperity. It's about, I feel it does particularly relate to money, that people are, that many people may have been, having some worries and concerns with money, with prosperity, perhaps not feeling very prosperous. And the guidance I've received is this is an opportunity actually to have a shift around how you look at, approach money in your life and prosperity. And the 3 words I received are gratitude, trust, and flow. So coming into, taking some time perhaps in the morning or the evening to just be grateful, coming into your heart space and just taking a moment to be grateful for all that you do have in your life, all the good in your life. The food, the clothes, the home that you live in, the people around you. It can be things, or it can be people, whatever you're grateful for, and just feeling the huge wealth and prosperity in your life. The opportunities you have for learning, or whatever is the prosperity in your life, particularly the good in your life. Just being grateful for that, and just notice ways that you are prosperous, where there is prosperity in your life. Just spending that time to be grateful and to notice. And then the second part, to trust. To trust from a place of knowing, from this moment of knowing, I actually have what I need in this moment. I might not have everything I want, but I have what I need. Just coming to that place of, I actually do have somewhere to live today, and to food to eat, and I have what I need today. That feeling of just knowing. Often I say all is well, and that you have what you need today, and there's a sense of prosperity and abundance and well-being in that, and just coming into that place of trusting from that place of knowing of what is. And then we can always find that, even if, as I say, even if we don't have everything we think we want or should have, just realizing that you're alive, you have, there's always things to be grateful for what you do have, for where your needs are met, and where all is well, and just looking for that, because when we can look for that, we can usually find it, even if everything's not exactly as we think we want it to be. Being grateful for what is. And then the third word, flow. So out of that place of gratitude and trust, allowing the energy to flow through, spending some of what you do have, sharing some of what you do have, being in that flow, not getting into that holding place of just hanging on because of a sense of lack and not having enough, because that tends to block the flow. So, just being in flow and, just being open to that flow. There's also a sense that I look at this card of just putting out, it helps to state clearly what your needs are, what you're wanting to bring in, and then being open to that inspiration, any inspiration that comes to bring that through into the world. So as we put an intention out, and most people are familiar with that, an intention, so whatever that is, just having a clear intention, often just one intention's good, and then just that brings a clarity and focus, and then just following any intuitive nudges, intuitive hits, perhaps to go to a place, to speak to a person, whatever flows through. Part of the flow is just being open to that flow of how your intentions want to manifest into the world and your actions involved with that, if that's making sense. Nice. So the next card is Heaven and Earth with Archangel Metatron. You can see that clearly. And I'm just going to take a moment to sit with that card. And so as I look at the card, Heaven and Earth, I feel a sense of being nourished, connecting with nature all around us. Firstly, of spending time in nature, of that sense of connection, if you like, with all that is. And that's so important in a time that many of us have been either have been and just coming out of, or have been in this sort of some degree of this isolation. We want to take time to balance that with connection with life, with all that is, with nature. That's particularly what comes to me, taking that time to connect with nature. If you can spend time out in nature, walking on the earth, spending time, just letting that nourish you, fill you up, flow. There's a lot of flow coming, that flow's needed in this week. That letting the energies flow, yet letting yourself be nourished and connected with life all around you. It's so important. There's a balance that comes to that. And we're particularly speaking of the balance of the heaven and earth energies. So the heaven energies are, the angelic energies, the higher energies that we might connect with through meditation and prayer, or reading something beautiful, listening to some beautiful music that has those very fine, higher qualities, reading something that connects us with those higher qualities, those heavenly energies. And then we have the earth energies, the energies of nature, of Mother Earth, of the energy of the elements, of the water and the fire, the air all around. So we need both those. We need a balance and flow of both those energies. So perhaps noticing, if you can, often people can benefit from more of the earth energies, or you might be needing more of the heaven energies. So just noticing for a moment, if you ask, are you more in balance with where's your balance with the earth and heaven energies? And taking time to, if you're perhaps needing to more meditation or prayer time, or time in nature, just so there's a nice flow and balance happening between those energies. Often spending time outside in nature if you can, or even if you're inside, just spending some time in nature can help to really balance and flow those energies. Being in nature can actually assist us to connect with both of those, because we can connect with that. Nature can be very inspiring, and that's creation, the energy of nature's the energy of creation. And that can help us also to connect with the heaven energies and also with the earth energies. So spending time in nature is one way that you can come into that beautiful balance. Or perhaps, you know, something like qigong yoga practice can help balance and flow both those energies. Or you might have different ways of balancing both those energies. But I really feel that's important this week, is to be connecting, flowing with those energies of life around you, of the elements, of spending time connecting with nature. Even if you're inside, you might have a house plant, or you might look up at the sky. You might, look out into the garden. But taking some time to really just connect and flow with nature's energies, also with the energies of heaven and earth. So you're part of that flow of all of life, especially as many of us have been in this partial isolation. It's not natural for us. We're part of life. And so I think we're needing to make sure we're reconnecting back with that, and with those heaven and earth energies, with all of life and that flow of energy that is life that we're part of. So that's the message from the second card. And then the third card, this is moving into, so that card was the present, and then we're moving into the future. And this is the card that comes up. It's a beautiful card. It says hope, and it's with Angel Amatiel. I can really feel that card in my heart. I mean, the message of that card is quite strong and clear. You know, there's some real challenges going on at the moment. So, you know, the important energy moving forward is that sense of just of hope, and perhaps spending some time visioning the future that you do want, and sharing that with people around you too. We're very inundated with a lot of the challenges, and with some really, with the reality of what's going on at the moment, and some of that is, we're seeing protests worldwide and riots, things like riots in the US, things like that, and people in very challenging situations, economically, and different challenges. And some people may be feeling actually very hopeless. And so we're wanting to bring in that energy of hope to lift us all up, so we don't just get pulled down into this energy of despair and darkness and hopelessness. We want to bring hope to uplift ourselves and others. So I'm getting that's really important. So, whereas things have changed, there is always hope. There is always light and hope for the path forward. So perhaps spending some time to think about that, thinking about, what is a positive vision for the future that you'd like to bring in? What gives you that sense of hope? How can you give that sense of hope to others to help us, in a sense, shine a light on the path forward? That hope is so important, to be sharing that energy of hope with others, that there is, while we might be going through some challenges, there is certainly a lot of hopeful information as we see people helping each other, as we see people standing up together, as we see people sharing, as we see people, changes, positive changes too. we see us realizing for some people that we're dealing with this, that none of us, we're not so different. We're all human beings. We have this commonality of humanity that we're meeting challenges with. And I think many of us are really feeling that, how we really are just needing to perhaps put aside our differences and just come together and meet the challenges. So that gives me a lot of hope that seeing people just putting the small stuff aside and coming together about what's important, and trying new things, and growing their own food. I mean, I've been spending more time just cooking and just coming back to a simpler life. And I feel really hopeful about that. I feel hopeful about humanity working together for being creative, coming up with solutions, working together. Out of all this, I feel that, that strength and that hope for humanity. So what gives you hope? While things may have changed, and for some you may think, people are seeing this in different ways, I realize that, but the point here is hope. And what gives you that sense of hope, and how can you share that with others and the world and really bring that light and hope? And if that isn't something you've thought a lot about, you might like to spend some time just writing, or even drawing or painting what you would like your world and the world to be like. I see people living in smaller communities, growing food, living more simply, and helping each other and sharing and exchanging, and life being much simpler. And I feel really hopeful about that and happy about that. And so, yeah, what gives you hope? So thank you so much for joining me, and wishing you a beautiful week. Thank you.